Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. In this video, we're gonna go through the product research, how to do it for dropshipping business model. I'm gonna walk you through the criteria, what is needed. I'm gonna walk you through the tools that you need in order to do that, do the research, and also I'm gonna show it to you live. So I'll be doing the product research for myself for the store that we'll be building later on. So yeah, every single step by step. The first thing, and something that is really important, product research really comes down to finding the products that are already working. A lot of the people, when they get into dropshipping for the first time and they're unsure where to start from, they just go and pick the product that they like and the product that they think that the other people will like. But if you look at it, it's just gambling. So you're guessing that a product is gonna work for the market instead of using the data that is already there. Before anything, there are some criteria that we do have for every single product that makes sense to go put on the store, create a product pages, and essentially launch. The first criteria is that the product solves a problem, and that's the most important one ever. You definitely want to stay away from products that are like pillows, clothes, jewelry, watches, plants and stuff. And it's not that they're bad products and people are not buying those, they for sure are, but it's just easier to sell a product that is solving a specific problem that people have. For example, let's just say you have a product that helps with back pain. Okay, when you're selling a product that solves a problem, there's a lot of emotion that you can use in order to sell it. So if we do have a back pain, we wouldn't be selling, hey, this product is gonna help you get rid of back pain. Okay, so that's not what we are doing here. What we are doing here is selling the final outcome. So you always gotta ask yourself, number one thing, does this product solve a problem? If it does, you move forward and validate it even more. And if it doesn't, you just go and move away to the other product. If the product solves a problem, you have to ask yourself, what kind of a problem does the product solve? So in my case, that would be back pain, based on the example I used. But I want to go deeper, and based on that problem that the product solves, I want to ask myself, why would somebody want to get rid of back pain? And that's where the fun part begins, So it's really a lot of a thinking, doing the research in order to realize it. But that goes a little bit more into the marketing than the product research itself. But the thing is, why somebody would like to get rid of back pain could be because they can enjoy the life to the fullest if they're older, so hanging out with their grandkids, maybe feeling good, waking up easy in the mornings, being able to take a long walks again, get back to sport and so on, being more productive at the work. So all of those things are really important because that's what we're essentially selling. Okay, so that's about the problem solving part. So some other samples of the products could be products to help you fall asleep easier, whiten your teeth, get rid of acne, get rid of ingrown hair. So really make sure that you're focused on solving people problem. Okay, and that's it. The second criteria that we do have is that the product has high perceived value, which doesn't mean that the product is expensive in terms of, on your store that you just put a really high price for it. But the thing is that the product needs to look and feel expensive compared to other solutions. So for example, I mentioned teeth whitening. I never did it. I'm not sure what the prices are, but I think that they could be easily in a range of like $200, $300. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'm not a dentist here, so don't judge me. But yeah, definitely something that is a little bit pricier. However, if we can find a product that costs maybe like $5 on AliExpress, because of the high perceived value and what the product essentially does, we could sell that one for like $40, $50, $60 if we have an amazing offer in place. And the reason behind that is, if you think how much is gonna cost them to get their teeth whitened professionally, the amount of hours they're gonna lose in traffic, driving there, getting back, scheduling everything and so on. So compared to like this solution, which is just do it at home once at the comfort of your home, when you wake up, before you go to bed and so on. So that's what high perceived value means. When I say wow effect, that pretty much means that when somebody sees the product, they're just amazed that something like that exists. It could also be a wow effect in terms of results. So the perfect one would be your teeth before using the product and after using our product for whitening. In the other case, it could also be that you just look at the product and you're like amazed that it's possible, somebody really made that. And I think we do experience a lot of those products in our life, and that's what makes people do those impulsive purchases. But yeah, just focus that this product itself is interesting. It's not something that is everyday and so on. Which kind of gets me to the second and the last criteria, which is that the product can't be bought in regular stores. What that means is that that the product is not available in like Walmart, I don't know, Costco, whatever, right? So you just can't go outside, walk for like 5 minutes and get a product off the shelf. It needs to be exclusive. It needs to be something that people didn't see before, and it's quite new, if that makes sense. So that's the main 4 criteria, okay? And that's what we need to validate, and that gets us to step 1. So finding the price that passes those criteria. At the step number 2, you can see that I do have this verify the sales. Other than this 4 criteria, there's one more thing that is really, really important. So I'm gonna add that as a plus, and that's the criteria that the competitor that we have found is doing at least $2,000. Sorry, that's a day in revenue. And here's the thing. So that's roughly like $60,000 a month. It could be 40, it could be 50, it could be like 2K, whatever that is. And the reason why we do that and we verify the sales and want to make sure that the competitor is doing at least this revenue is because that's going to tell us 2 things. Okay. The first thing that's going to tell us is that there is a demand for the product. Okay. Because when we do have a demand, we can fulfill that demand that people have. So obviously there is a demand for the product if those guys are doing 60K months. The other thing that's gonna tell us is that the competitor, they already did the hard work for us, so they have found the product, they created a winning product page, winning creatives, winning ad copy, and all that stuff. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel and start with something new, something from scratch, but we can take something that is working and put it in our store. When I say it like that, don't get me wrong, I'm not thinking in terms of copying, and just pasting on our store. It's definitely gonna require tweaking, making changes, adjusting, and the whole idea is to take something that is already working, make it better, and then put it in our store. So in every single way, we're better than our competitor is. And if they're doing well with what they have, there's a high chances that the product is gonna perform well on our store as well. And that's it. Once we do that, it really comes down to creating a really nice high converting store with strong offers, copywriting, marketing angles, and so on. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. One more thing to mention that a lot of beginners get wrong is that there really isn't a winning product that is just sitting out there as you do the product research. Winning products essentially, what it means is the product that is going to generate you a lot of sales. But based on my experience and everything that I went through on my journey, is I realized that there really isn't a winning product. They're just good products and there are bad products, and that's it. However, your goal is to take a good product once you find it and make that one a winning one. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that the winning product is not found, but it's made. So your offer, your copywriting, your guarantee, your marketing angles on the product page, those are the elements that make a good product a winning one. Yeah, that's pretty much it regarding the criteria. So for the whole product research part, we're gonna use a few tools. The first one is Mania AdSpy. It's basically a ad spy tool that shows like a really big library of Facebook ads, TikTok, and so on. So we'll use that to find what people and businesses are advertising. And the second thing, we are going to use this tool, Shop Hunter, in order to validate the sales. Okay. I added one more here. It's temp mail, which is pretty much like a temporary email. You don't need it, but I just added it here because I might use it. So yeah, I'll explain that a little bit later as we get into the product research. Okay, so this is Mania. That's the tool that we'll be using to find the ads. So they do have a free plan. However, I recommend upgrading to a paid one. I think it comes down to like $90 a month, something like that, but it's the best investment you will ever made. So I would highly recommend you to get it. But yeah, as you can see, this is what it looks like, and what we are interested in is this ads section. On the left side, we do have some options to choose from, like filters. We can set some criteria and so on, and here in the middle we do have the advertisements. The first thing that I always do is CTA, which stands for call to action, and I want to make sure to select buy now, shop now. We're also gonna do order now, and I'll click apply. Then the second thing, media types, we will do video. The reason why I do video only is because I'm really interested in the problem solving products, and 99% of the cases when somebody's selling the problem solving product, they're gonna have a video ad just because they have to go and explain how the product works, what it does before and after, and so on. So media type video. E-commerce platform, make sure that's set to Shopify only. So we definitely don't want to go with WooCommerce, Magento, and others. And the reason behind that is 99.5% of the people who dropship, they're gonna be in Shopify. But the other main reason is our Shop Hunter tool only works with Shopify stores. So we're not able to track the sales from like Wix, WordPress, and so on. Yeah, for the countries, usually I like to go with like big seven. So we do like Canada. I would do you can, so it would be Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, USA, Germany, and France. But I also like to play around, so I can sometimes do like Denmark, Finland, France, Germany. We can do Ireland as well. I skipped it. Switzerland is good. UK, US, and we'll click apply. Okay, what we do have else is likes. So for that one, I definitely don't want that to be 0. So I like to put something around like 200. And the reason behind that is if the ad has like 10 likes, there's a high chance that they just started selling it, selling the product out, and they're not hitting that revenue that I'm looking for. So yeah, I would just like to keep it like 200. You can play around it. You can do like 100. Sometimes I'll do even 500 to see some of those better products. But I think 200 would be a good starting point. And that's pretty much it regarding the criteria. Okay, so what's gonna happen now is that we're gonna see different ads. Okay, some of them are gonna be a little bit relevant and branded. So we definitely can't be selling products like this, as this seems to be a brand. You can see the logo, you can see the URL, and it matches on the product. So probably not gonna be able to sell that one. However, this process really comes down to just going through the products, seeing what's going on, and remembering the criteria that I previously mentioned. The thing is that as I've been doing this for like 5 years, I can definitely, even without watching the video and just checking the thumbnail, checking this text, checking the URL, know if the product makes sense. So I would say that's just more experience. But for you guys, definitely go, hover on the video, check out what's going on, and see if the product makes sense, if it passes the criteria, and so on. This really got my attention. It's definitely a problem-solving product. It looks interesting. I think it has that high perceived value because of pricey treatments and the other things. So yeah, what I would like to do for that one is just open it in a new tab, and I'll get back to it later to see what's going on. I can go also play this video to see what's going on there. So this is like that long pillow. Definitely interesting one, but I think those are available everywhere these days. and I've seen this product quite some years ago being drop shipped, so I wouldn't go into that. Here's the thing, even though I can teach you everything that you need to do and know in order to find a winning product, one thing that you're gonna miss is just that experience. Okay, I've been doing this for years, and even though you might be able to find a product that passes the criteria, you will not know if the product has been advertised for quite some time and if it still makes sense to go and move forward with that one. Uh, what you don't want to do is to find a product that passes the criteria but has been advertised on the internet for like 4 years now. So what you'll have to do on your end is just go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on YouTube, Facebook, social media in general, and just search for the product. And you're looking at the dates when the videos were posted, both organic and ads and so on. So yeah, would definitely recommend you do that. So we can go and move forward. So these are some kind of a jeans. I personally try to stay away from those as I don't want to be selling any type of clothing because of the high return rate due to the sizing issues. No soil, no mess. That looks interesting. Let me check what's going on. This is automated grow box. Not interested in that. The other thing is I'm not looking for anything specific in terms of like products. I'm not really choosing something that I'm passionate about, like fitness industry, photography, and so on. But I'm being really open-minded as I go into that. Um, Most of my stores have been in the health and beauty niche just because of the high margins. So I really like that one. The other important thing is that we'll be building a niche store, okay? And the reason why I'm mentioning that, when we're creating our Shopify store, we pretty much do have three options, which is either to go with a one product store, niche store, or general store. One product store, we're just selling one product. Niche store is where we do have a store around only specific category. So fitness, health, kids and toys, pets, and so on. And the general one is more like Amazon, AliExpress, where you're selling everything. In our case, we'll be building a niche store just because those tend to have the higher conversion rate, and also you can create a really nice looking brand out of it. So as I do the research, I go open wide, and then maybe I have two products in fitness, then I have one product in kids niche, and then I do some more and I end up having like three products in beauty niche. And then it makes sense for me to really focus on the health niche because that one determined my niche for me, okay? But right now, fully open-minded. Let's see, this is some kind of a bra or something. Stripping for the strips, slipping. Yeah, I think it's a good product, but again, I think you can buy something like that everywhere, so I wouldn't go with that. Small TV with a giant screen using vision beam, some kind of a lights or projector. Not interested. Camping toilet or something, I don't like that. Socks, not interested. Composting toilet, again. Socks. Okay, this is something for hearing loss, and that's really interesting. Definitely gonna open that up to see what's going on there. Pop on veneers. I think it's a great product, but definitely don't want to sell it because maybe it could damage somebody, in terms of like them having some issues. So I definitely don't want that. Um, some for nails, headphones, bags, something for dogs. Yeah, definitely solves a problem, and that's the problem solving part that I was looking for. But yeah, I just don't see myself selling something like that. Okay, something for removing skin tags. I don't think so. What is this? So hip pain, that's interesting. The ad is just like 2 seconds, so doesn't tell a lot. Jewelry, some guns, we definitely don't want to sell that. Clothing again. AI something, I don't know. Wrinkles, get rid of wrinkles in 5 minutes. I'm interested in that. They're not showing the product, but I'm gonna open that to check it out to see what's going on. Clothing again, mascara. But yeah, this is really time consuming part, and it's just the first stage of trying to find a product. You want to make sure to play every single video, see what's going on. But I think you get the idea. You can also play around with the amount of likes, so you can make that lower, make that higher. You can also, if you want to focus on like a specific category, for example, beauty, you can also set filter it out by audience. So you can go under targeting audience, sex, and select female or male. So you can do that as well. So play around with those filters, but the media type, CTA, e-commerce platform, they're always staying the same. And yeah, then sit down, scroll, try to find something that makes sense, open it in a new tab as much as you can of those products so you can go and check them out a little bit later. Also, you do have this search button where you can write down something if you're interested in it. So we can do beauty. I really like that niche. So let's see what's going on there. We have some wigs. We can also search for like back pain. Let's just do that. Not really showing me the back pain products, but let's see, what's this? Okay, I've seen this product. It was doing incredibly well like 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, what I'm going to do is, because otherwise I will be recording this for like 2 hours, and I definitely don't want you guys to be looking at me while I go and just scroll. So I'm gonna open this product and pretend like it's new in the market. I didn't see it before, and that's something I want to sell, just to show you how it's done. So I'm gonna do that. Once I'm on here, I want to make sure that the product passes criteria. So I'll be asking myself, does this product help to solve a problem? Absolutely does. It helps you get rid of back pain. The second thing, does the product have high perceived value? Well, I know that getting the work done by professionals is really expensive. You have to drive there, go back home, you lose plenty of time. It's gonna be pricing so on compared to this solution, so definitely high perceived value. Does the product is the product available in store? I personally didn't see something like that in like Walmart or somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm just pretending right now, okay? Because it's been 2 years since this was launched, but I don't think it is, okay? The second thing that we did have was that the product has more effect, okay? And I think personally this ad makes me hooked. I think that this makes a lot of sense, and if I'm struggling with the back pain, I would definitely like to see a solution, because this ad copy and everything is targeting to me, and I feel a lot of emotion towards getting rid of my back pain. So the product passes the criteria. I'm gonna open to see what their product page looks like, how much they price the product at. So this is what their store looks like. This is in Croatian kuna, which is like $40 for one wrap. And yeah, the second thing I want to make sure is that the product is available on AliExpress. So I'm gonna do that, and I will search for back pain belt. This is really similar one. this one as well. Let's do USD. And I'm trying. Okay, I think that's the one. The one they have is just different color, but it's the same product. Okay, is it? Yeah, I think it is. It's exactly the same product. Yeah, they just have a different color, if I'm not mistaken. uh, you can definitely do some digging and try to find exactly the same one, but I think that's what they are selling. Um, Sometimes if you're not able to find exactly the same product as theirs, for example, they're selling this, but yours is, I don't know, blue, but looks the same, has the same, does the same job, that's totally fine. As long as the product does the same job, you're all good. But you definitely don't want to replace this with something like, I don't know, something like this. That's fully different. Okay, the color variation is fine, but fully different product. That's a little bit off. So you can see that this product costs $1 and they're selling it for a total of 40. So they're having a really healthy margin. The last thing that there is to do is to verify the sales. So I have found an amazing product that I want to go and move forward with, but I want to make sure that those guys are doing at least $2,000 a day in revenue. And for that part, we're going to use this shophunter.io tool. And what the tool does is going to show us the live sales. So we'll be able to see it on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to see how much orders they're getting in and also to see their revenue. So you can go and sign up for it. I'm going to go and just sign in. Okay, cool. So now I'm inside the Shop Hunter. And what I'm interested in is going on my Shop Hunter and click on Add Shop. And on here, we're gonna paste the URL from the product page. Just wait for it to load up and we're gonna see the revenue and what's going on in the back end. So you can see that this month they did a little bit over $60,000 in revenue. And this week they did $20,000. And today they did $3,000. So total of 73 orders today. And this month, almost 1,300 orders. If I scroll down, I will see their best-selling products. So by month, you can see that this product that we originally found, this month they did $20,000 with, okay? And today they did just $1,000. So this week, almost 7K, but yeah, this month. What we're looking for is minimum at $60,000 a month in order to move forward. But the other thing also, you can see that they created this product back in 2023, which means that they've been advertising this product for almost 2 years right now. So they have created, what I'm trying to say is that over those 2 years, those guys have made millions and millions of dollars and they have kind of dominated the market. Everybody knows about them in the industry, and us trying to get in will be really, really difficult, because they're well known. There's a really, really big branding, something here. You're just trying to get in, drop shipping. It's going to be tricky because people already know about them. And then it comes the reason why would they go and move forward with you. So yeah, I wouldn't go with this product. Reason number one, not enough revenue. Reason number two, the product has been running for quite some time. If I would see here like 80, 90, $100,000, but still bad that the product has been added in 2023, I wouldn't move forward with that. Ideally that will be within like 6 months, okay? But yeah, I think that just for the demonstration purposes, we can go and pretend that this product is doing like $100,000 and is being created like 6 months ago, and it makes sense to move forward with that one, okay? But you get the idea of what exactly you're looking for. I'm just trying to showcase you in order not to spend like 2 hours finding the perfect product on here. So the next thing that I would do, I have this sheet that I created. So I would add in the product name, which would be back pain belt. The niche would be health. AliExpress link. So I'm gonna copy this. What I like to do is just set it to click here. Store selling the product. We're gonna copy the link. Now I just have those checkboxes. So does the product have a wow effect? It does. Does it solve a problem? It does. Does it have high perceived value? It does. There's one thing that I'm missing on here, and that's gonna be monthly revenue. So I'm gonna add that really quickly. And monthly revenue for the product is $20,000. So I'll just copy that. And that's it. That's everything you need for the product research. Okay, so to summarize, those criteria. Also, you need that the product is not available in the stores, but I don't have it here. Monthly revenue, a minimum of $60,000 in order for it to make sense, and the product needs to be launched within a maximum of half a year or 6 months. In this case, this product doesn't fully pass the criteria. So what I would usually do is just make it red and move forward into the next one. But for the demonstration purposes of the product research, I'm gonna keep it and just pretend that the revenue is hitting the benchmark, and also that the product has that launch date exactly as we want it to do. So yeah, that's it. Right now I do have one product in health niche. Still, I'm not fully focused into the health. I'm gonna go open wide in it. I'm gonna do some more research. Maybe I'm gonna find some good products in the fitness niche, maybe in kitchen and so on. But as I do the research and fill out this, I'll realize that I do have a pattern, and maybe like 3 products are in a health niche, and then it will make sense for me to focus on only that one. Ideally, to start with, you're looking for 5 products in the same niche, because 5 will be good enough to start with, and to fill out your store so it doesn't look empty. So yeah, let's just say we do have our first product. That's what you're looking for. And yeah, it's really simple. So to break it down, it comes down to trying to find something that is already working on the market and then putting in your store. When I say working on the market, I'm talking about the revenue, okay, and the launch date. But also at the same time, we do have the product criteria like problem solving, high perceived value, wow effect, and that it can't be bought in regular stores. So that's it, guys, regarding the product research. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.